Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock and time for the Daily Word from St. John Methodist Church. I'm Pastor Ronald, Genaro, and I welcome you today. We have several announcements for you, and I want to share those, and then a very brief devotional from Psalm 139. We want to remind you that this Sunday at 7:45, the early service returns. So that 7:45 service starts this Sunday. We also want to let you know that Faith and Fitness exercise class here at St. John is every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. If you have any questions, call Paula Penzine. Her number is listed there on the screen. Popsicle Ministries started on Thursdays, so as long as the kids are in school on Thursdays, we're handing out popsicles, and it's been picking up, and more folks, they're still driving their kids rather than letting them walk right now because of the heat, but they're pulling over and getting popsicles, and that's kind of cool. That's wonderful. The wake-up call. We want to remind everyone to be doing the wake-up call. You can scan the QR code on your screen to get you to the sign-up sheet. I have been listening to it. I've listened to it each day. Janine and I have been listening to it together and doing the journaling questions together. We're not journaling, but we're talking about those things. And just the first chapter was really good, where it talked about how flyover country, that was the title of it, and that how we fly over those first few verses, which give the genealogy of Jesus, who is the Messiah, the God's Son, who is the Messiah. I want to remind you the Bible study is every Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the sanctuary or on Facebook Live, although there will be a date, February 23rd, where we will not be holding Bible study. That has to do with something that we're doing, that we have a medical issue that's going to be taken care of that day. It's minor, but we're taking care of it that day. That's September 23rd. September 23rd, we will not be meeting. Ladies First Friday Fellowship, that is tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall. It's open to all the ladies and their friends. Let's fill the Fellowship Hall. That'll be a great time as that meets. Fellowship dinner is also tomorrow evening at 5:30 p.m. in the Fellowship Hall. It's $5 per person. They're having pizza. They're asking if you can bring a dessert or a salad. That would be great. Our next announcement is that the trustees will be meeting on Monday at 10 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall. They can't meet in the education building just yet, but that is an important meeting. The Fellowship Breakfast is next Wednesday, September 10th. 8 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall. All are welcome to attend. It is sponsored by our men's group, but it is by the men, but it is anyone, men and women, can come and share and eat. Please come. I know who's doing the devotional. It'll be me, and we look forward to having you there. Grief support also begins on Thursday, September 11th at 1 p.m. It will probably not meet in the education building. They'll be putting the final touches on it by that point and clean up. But so we believe it'll meet in the Fellowship Hall the first week, and then it will move back over to the education building. The registration fee for that is $20. That just covers the book materials. That's it. St. John Golf League is every September, 7:45. We need to have everybody there by 7:45 checked in so that we can pair people up and make sure you know how many points you have to shoot for and all of that kind of stuff. You can talk to me any Sunday. That will run the rest of September. We also want to let you know our phone system has changed. On Tuesday, so most of the staff got their training. There is a menu when you call. I know that's irritating to some of you, but we need to do that in order to screen out the robocalls that we get all the time as well. People are trying to sell us stuff as well, and when it goes to a menu, they hang up, and we want to get rid of all of those things. Please hold on. You will have some options for extensions. You can talk to the church office. You can talk to me. You can talk to Catherine. You can talk to Matt, who is our building superintendent, or you can at least leave us a voicemail. And in my case, I use my cell phone as well. So even if I'm not at my desk, I'll be able to field your call or at least get the voicemail in a much more timely fashion. The office hours are 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So we're going to be shutting down here in about an hour and a half now from this point at this time. Parkway Food Ministry, always in need of food because they do good things in this community, and we are part of that. Non-perishables, peanut butter, canned goods, and cereal. Also, the Chancel Choir met last night for their first meeting, and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. they are starting to rehearse. The choir will be performing and in service the end of September, beginning of October. All right, those are our announcements today, and I want to let you know from this devotional from Psalm 139, verses 13 through 18. I'm going to read all the verses and then I'll comment on them. Psalm 139, 13 through 18. For it was you who formed my inward parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works that I know very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes beheld my unformed substance. Bob, do you need to go to verse 16? There you go. Your eyes beheld my unformed substance. In your book were written all the days that were formed for me, when none of them as yet existed. How weighty to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them. I try to count them. They are more than the sand. I come to the end. I am still with you. What the psalmist is saying here in 139 is that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, as it says in verse 14. He's talking about how we are formed in the womb, and God is there. God knows about our forming. God knows who we are even before we breathe air and are born. And God knows the number of days we have. In the New Testament, it says God knows the very hairs on our head. He's got them numbered. And there's an old preacher joke that says there's a funeral taking place for many of our hairs each and every day as we brush it and it falls out. But God is invested in you and in me. God knows us. God loves us. God cares for us. And that's what's important to know today. You were made by God. Even though your mom and your dad, they came together and you were formed and they gave you life, that life has ultimately behind that has come from the hand of God. God knows you. God cares about you. That is why our denomination is pro-life. We believe in life because God has brought us together and God has formed us. And I want you to know that God loves you. God cares for you. This church cares for you and loves you. And I love you and care for you as your pastor. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye now. See you on Sunday.